All right, so since it's so miserable out here today, cold, runny nose, you name it. So I want to talk about these gate operators. Like I said, I do some of these videos for my kids, nephews, cousins, for you guys. And I do it because I want you to open your mind. And these are things that you won't get taught this in school. Probably a lot of your parents, everything, they don't talk about this stuff, right? It's kind of taboo. It's taboo, or they just don't know about or understand it. And I want to tell you because, basically with my years of experience, I'd like to pass it on so that way you can learn from me and maybe not make the same mistakes. So we can grow together, we can do better. You can open up your mind, because sometimes you know how it is. You ever have, I got this really awesome uncle. And I was asking him something, and this is just an example. He's got millions of these things. It's something about doing an address. And I said, how do you do it, separate an address? And he just kind of, just boom, like that, knows. He goes, oh, it's easy. He goes, you put half. You put the address, and then you put half. And that'll go to the other person. You can have 2 mailboxes. And I'm just like, leave it to this cat. He knows the tricks, right? Those little tricks. So anyways, today's Sunday. I'm out busting it like I always am. And so these gate operators, right? This is one of those scenarios that this job, it wasn't supposed to happen, right? It was one of those things that it was supposed to be done like 3 months ago when it was warmer weather. And it's one of those things you can't blame anybody, right? You just can't blame anybody. It was on these guys, I guess, for getting the dirt and everything moved out. It just happens. And so what sucks is, I think I've kind of made the cutoff about October. Halloween is the cutoff that you need to get your jobs wrapped up that are outside cold. Those jobs need to be wrapped up, because the thing is at the end of the year, I feel like I need to make a calendar. You guys let me know. Should I make a calendar? Should I sell a calendar? I keep thinking I should make a calendar with the garage door pictures and stuff, just real random stuff, and have it like the days, here's this month. Start preparing, because this always happens to me. And I don't know if it happens to you guys. I learned it from another guy, and he was telling me about, he's always like, well, it's the same story, just a different year. He's like, you know how it goes. And he's right. You get January, February, right? The beginning of the year, everything slows down because people spend all their money. Christmas, it's like they're all fat from Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they spend all their money and they're broke now. And then it's like everything just plateaus off at the beginning of the year. But the race up to it, right? It's like all these contracts, everybody's trying to, look at these guys. They're getting all this stuff done, right? All this dirt. They're getting it all done. They want to get done, man, before snow, man. So it's just run. So here I am. I'm not even really a part of the business so much anymore. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a distant relative, And I get suckered back into this one. Not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. I'm very blessed. I'm glad, hey, I got ways to put food on the table for my family. I'm happy. So what I want you to start thinking about is your mind. Your mind is so powerful. So you're doing these, right? Or you're working for a guy or something. You see all this money. The money's not there, because where the money is here. Every unit, money, multiple, and it's slow, and it's steady, and it's not just a one-off. It's just not a one-off. It's slowly, and it takes all the volatility, right? I got a lot of volatility here. I got stuff sitting here. Other people have the codes to this stuff. Could get stolen. Might not be here. Hey, can you come get your stuff? Hey, when's this job going to be done? Right now, luckily, for me, on this one, electrician is not, they don't got power to it yet, so it's not my fault. But right here, this is what you need to start focus on. Real estate. Anything that's even in the garage door business, even if you do preventative maintenance programs, or sign them up for contracts, because see, then it's a steady flow. You got to think of the flow. See, some reason with business, it's always about cash flow. It's always about, that's like the lubrication. If you don't have cash flow, everything just kind of grinds and comes to a halt. So you got to be thinking cash flow, not these one-offs, right? These are just, you're sitting there and you're just, oh my God, I'm going to do this job. I'm going to make like $5,000 or $10,000. Yeah, you are. Sure. Great. Wonderful. But what does it cost you? Your time, your gas, the vehicle, all these things, man. I'm telling you. Oh, I forgot. You know what's a real, I mean, there is so many things that go into these jobs. I used to be able, I could fly these out pretty fast. But I've realized you got to do all this glue for conduit. I mean, all these little things, you got screws. You got screws you got to get. Oh, your drill bits went bad, so you got to buy another drill bit set, which, oh, these are like, what, $50, $100 nowadays? And I think I think we're tricked as contractors because, this is my opinion. You think you're making money, right? So you're like doing this job. Like right now, I bought that, you'll see it maybe in another video or this one, I'm not sure. But I bought a power pack. You buy a power pack because nobody else is out here experiencing this, right? Except for you, right? Nobody else's hand, like my hands are frozen right now. Frozen. I mean, the wind out here, like I said, it's 30 degrees and the wind, it's like 20 degrees with wind. It's cold. And you're doing this, right? And you need your stuff to be reliable. So either you got to start buying new equipment, new trucks, new tools, right? Because you just can't have them down. I mean, I had this thing, I don't got it full right now, but I had this thing full of tools right now. I'm getting some of the stuff out of here. You know, and I was thinking about it, it's like, I got $3,000 wrapped up in just this box. Just this box. That somebody could just walk off, whatever. You know, sure, you can cable it. I got it closed with a garage door, a roll-up door. But what I'm saying is, you know, sure, you can use it for the next job, but you also might lose it, right? It also might get abused. It might leave it out in the rain. There's just all these variables that I don't think people think about. I think about it all the time. I sit here and just go, this is silly. This is silly. Now, it's not to say you can't make money, and it's done my family well, but it's a vehicle. And that's what I want you to understand. It's a vehicle. And what is that vehicle doing? I want you to start thinking with your mind, right? Because I want to surround myself with good people. And I have good people, especially in my business. I got great people that I love dearly, and I would do anything for. Anything. Just like when we went through hard times with COVID. I don't know if I should say that word. Ooh. And, you know, I made sure I got a paycheck, right? Oh, Uncle Sam wasn't coming through with unemployment stuff. But Davy boy made sure they got a paycheck. And they were going to get paid more when it came through. But that is just how it is. I would go down with the ship if I have to. That's what I do for my people. And they do that for me. I mean, so I just wanted to bring you a video about some of the pitfalls and how you need to open up your mind. And it's like a vortex. You know, once you start doing this, you know, here's the thing. I'm not going to die one day or at the end of my ropes always being, oh, that's the door guy. That's the door guy. I'm not going to always be that. I don't mind doing it. I enjoy doing it. I really do. But you know what gets me the most is the stuff that you never think about, which is always the vehicles, the maintenance, the insurance, employees, especially if you get bad ones. There's a lot of things that go into this. A lot. It's just not as easy if you're working at it and thinking, oh, you're making all this kind of money. You train people, they leave you, they want to go start their own. See, that's the thing, though. That's why you have a hard time, too. You never see these things scale out because you're going to train somebody and the next person is going to do it. You know what I mean? So that's what's difficult about it. But if you can get good groups of people that are trustworthy, that are not going to steal from you and are honest and are actually men and women, real ones, that's not that bad. You know, it runs pretty good. I've been very lucky. I'm very happy with my crew. They do a great job. I appreciate every one of you. But for the people out there in the good old America, even if you're not in America, I guess you could be anywhere in this world. We're not built to think this way, right? This guy does real estate here. I've actually invested some money into this. So we'll see how it goes. But passive. And it's working 24/7 for you. Only time this ever works for me is when I'm here. and then I got to pray I get paid. And by the time my money comes in, my money, what's that song? My money don't jiggle jiggle, it wiggles. I don't, I don't know. But I'm thinking, you do one, right? And what was one guy one time told me, he says with garage doors and gates and that, he says, you know, we never get rewarded, right? And that's a double-edged sword, right? He's right. We never get rewarded because if you do a good job, you don't ever come back, right? But it's almost like you need to set it as a ticking time bomb that within a year and a half, it explodes. And then they call you back and go, hey, this thing's broken. You go, oh, like the dealerships, oh, it's out of warranty. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's going to be another $3,000. But that's not how it works. So either you can set them up for PMs and stuff like that, and then you got to do the software, and you got to do, you know, you got to keep the money flowing and do your part of it and service it and everything else. So it's just something I want you to think about when you're doing this, that if you're not the only crazy one, okay? I'm crazy too. I'm going to see you in the nut house. We are. We're going to be together. We are. We're going to try climbing the walls. With those things that wrapped around you. We will. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm freezing. At least my hands. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. If you don't mind, hit that like button on the way out. Comment below. Got anything to say? I always like reading them. I do my best. Like I said, but this phone doesn't notify me like it used to. Or at least like my old phone. Government conspiracy? No. All right. Talk to you later. See ya.